Alright, let's get started. So if you are watching this video, you should already have some basic knowledge in After Effects. So I'm not going to talk about every function in detail. So the first thing I do is to create an adjustment layer. Then add a brightness and contrast. Then increase some of the values. Now pretty much all the wrinkles are gone. We can play around with the contrast. Alright. Then, well, you see even the person is white right now, but you don't have to worry about that. We'll be fixing that in a minute. For the background color, we can give it a fill, or we can use curve to change the white color. For me, I could just leave it as grey, but my client would like to have some green, then I'll just increase the green value here. So you can definitely choose whatever color you like. So in order to not show the color on the person, we'll need to use something called matte. First we copy a layer, right click on this new layer, pre-compose. Name it matte. Make sure these options are checked. Move the matte to the top. Go inside of this matte. The first thing we'll do inside of this matte is to increase the saturation of this whole image, especially on his face. I want more saturation on his face because this will allow the computer to recognize his face a bit better. The next step is to add a color range. Then I'll select some of the colors on his face. Play around with the values to get a better result. Some of you may ask, how do you know is a good key or not? The answer is quite simple. If you see a very distinct, if you can tell the difference between the background and the man, then it's keyed already. You can tell that the background is a lot more grey and the man is completely dark, then this is okay already. However, for his shirt, it can't be keyed because he's wearing the same color as the background. So you have to make sure when you're doing the shooting, you should ask your actor to not wear a t-shirt or any shirt that has the same color as the background. We add a set channel effect to turn the image into black and white. Let me turn off the set channel effect. Some people may ask, is it not black and white already? Then I have to tell you, this is not black and white. This is still an RGB channel. So you have to, if you do not believe, you can go to here under RGB straight. You will be able to tell that if this image is black and white. And once we enable back the set channel, we can see that if we go back to the RGB straight viewing mode, then the image is black and white now. So if you think later when you look at the hair, you realize the hair is a bit problematic, then you can come back to this color range and tweak the values again to kind of make the background more white, and then yeah, this will fix the hair's problem. And of course, if you have time to do this, of course you can add a new layer and specifically fix the hair, but for this demonstration purpose I'm not going to do that. So after setting the channels, it looks very normal. However, if you enable the alpha viewing mode, you'll realize that this is not black and white. This is actually transparent. So we have to add a background for it. Now we will focus on his face. Copy a layer. Right click, pre-compose. Name it strength matte. Go inside of the strength matte. inside of this stringed mat, the background is also transparent, so we have to create another background for it. Now pre-compose them again. Just name it whatever you like, maybe stringed mat again. And we'll be working on this layer now. So we're gonna be fixing all the white things on his face. So how do we do this? We first make the whole image a bit brighter first. We'll make the whole image a bit brighter first. Increase the brightness. Then add a fast blur or a Gaussian blur. Set it to a value that it looks like it's going to string into there. I don't really know how to explain it, so just keep watching and you'll find out. Then add a curve. To make it sharper, we have to create a very large contrast. Let's see the difference before and after. So what these two effects do is that they string the outlining of this silhouette, and then it kind of flattens whatever is inside of this outlining. Yeah, this is what these two effects do. Now go back to the previous composition. Now we have the stringed mat we just created, and we also have the mat we made at the beginning. If we want to merge the two mats together, we'll use blending mode. Let's choose multiply. Now the two mats are merged together. Let's take a look at the before and after. So after doing this step, we will try our best to make the background more white. Let's add a new adjustment layer and give it a level. Drag the brightest point to the left. some areas cannot be fixed in here, so we have to fix them later. Then I'll move the strength mat all the way to the top because I don't want it to be affected by the adjustment layers. Okay, so the last step is just to fix all the white areas. So we can directly create a black background for it. Hide the black background. Use a pen tool to draw around the white areas. Give it some feather. And of course, if you have time, you can rotoscope it. However, for this demonstration, I'm not gonna spend time on it. Finished. However, this guy is moving, so we have to track the masks to his face. To do the tracking, we click on this layer, then motion track. We can choose a very distinct area for tracking. However, this tutorial is not about tracking, so if you want to know how to do the tracking, of course you need to learn it before you continue. After tracking, let's create a null object. Put it at the top. Name it tracker. Edit target. Tracker. Apply. X and Y. OK. And if you hit U, you will see all the keyframes that has been applied. Choose your mask again and then parent it to the tracker. And if you apply now, the mask should be following the person perfectly. So this matte layer is pretty much done. I mean, this composition is pretty much finished. If you want to further clean up the background, you can add a white solid. Okay, so this is basically how we set up the whole thing. If we go back to our main composition and enable back the background color, this is the matte we've just created. So if we choose luma matte, then you can see the result now. The background is cleaned and the color, the weird color, is not affecting the person anymore. You can further tune the color by going back to this curve and then tweaking the lines, tweaking the curves. And of course you have to be careful of these places. If you did not seriously rotoscope these parts, you'll get these results. So you have to be careful. If you can put more time into this, then of course it doesn't matter. However, if you don't have time, you have to be super careful with the background color. And of course the best practice would be to ask your actor to wear any clothing that do not have the same color as the background. I think this is a good place to end the video. Thank you for staying for so long with me, and if you have any questions, please ask me down in the comment section below. And thank you. Like and subscribe. Peace.